Hello everyone! For some reason lately, I have been completely obsessed with goth inspired makeup. And I don't mean like the super dramatic kind, but more of that soft, romantic goth aesthetic with pale skin, cool toned eyes, and softly defined features. I think it's such a beautiful balance between elegant and mysterious. It's very different from the fresh Korean makeup looks I normally wear. So I thought it would be fun to challenge myself and step outside my comfort zone. Let's see if I can pull it off. To start, I'm moisturizing with Ongredients Skin Barrier Calming Lotion. This has been one of my favorite moisturizers lately because it instantly helps calm down the redness in my skin. It's really lightweight, absorbs quickly, and doesn't leave behind any sticky feeling. Since it focuses on supporting your skin barrier, I also notice my makeup tend to apply much more evenly afterward. Whenever my skin is feeling dry or irritated, foundation usually clings to those areas, but this keeps everything looking smooth. I always like giving my skincare about a minute to sink in before moving on to makeup because I think it helps everything layer much better. Next, I am applying a purple makeup base to brighten my complexion and cancel out some of the dullness in my skin. While I was researching this look, I noticed almost every soft goth makeup had this incredibly smooth porcelain-like complexion. The skin wasn't super glowy or dewy. It was more of a soft matte finish that looked almost doll-like. That's the effect I'm trying to recreate today. I'm just applying a thin layer because I still want my foundation to do most of the work. For foundation, I'm using Espoir Pro Tailor Bee Velvet Liquid Foundation in shade 22 Petal. This shade is actually lighter than my natural skin tone now. I can't believe I used to match this perfectly when I was living in Korea, but after moving to California, I've definitely gotten a healthy tan from being outside more. Looking at myself now, it's honestly kind of funny because I forgot how pale I used to be. I'm applying it with damp sponge because I want the finish to stay smooth while still keeping that soft matte look. I'm making sure to go over every part of my face to create a really flawless even canvas. I'm also blending it down my neck so there isn't a harsh difference between my face and the rest of my body. That little step makes such a huge difference. Once everything is blended, I'm lightly setting my face with powder. I'm pressing it into my skin instead of sweeping it around because I don't want to move the foundation underneath. Since this look is more matte, I don't mind using a little extra powder than I normally would. Now for brows, this part honestly stressed me out the most. Every inspiration photo I saved had really thin, delicate brows, and if you watch any of my videos before, you know my brows are naturally pretty thick. I definitely wasn't about to shave them off for one video, so I had to get a little creative. I'm using a black eyebrow pencil to carefully fill them in while keeping them as slim as possible. Thankfully, my brows are already naturally dark, so I don't have to add much color. And to hide some of the thickness, I'm taking some concealer with my brush and brushing it against the hairs. This helps camouflage some of the texture while creating a cleaner shape. It's definitely not the same as having naturally thin brows, but I think it gets surprisingly close. Moving on to the eyes, I'm using the Wakemake Soft Blurring Eye Palette in number 13 Blue Core Blurring. I absolutely love this palette. It's perfect for cool undertones, and I'm a cool undertone girly. The colors are muted without looking muddy, which makes blending so easy. I'm first taking the shade number 1 Blanc and applying it all over the lid. This acts as my transition shade and also helps blend all the other shades together later. Next, I'm taking the shade number 5 Churning and placing it on both inner and outer corner of my eyes. I'm really focusing on blending because I don't want any harsh lines. Soft goth makeup still looks soft, it just uses cooler tone. I'm also bringing that same color into my crease and along my lower lash line to help frame the eyes. One thing I noticed while studying this style is that eyeshadow almost wraps around the eye instead of only sitting on the eyelid. It creates such moodier look without needing super dark colors. Now I'm taking the shade 9 Blue Core with a pencil brush and deepening the exact same areas. Instead of adding new shapes, I'm just slowly building depth. I think that's one of the biggest tricks with eyeshadow. Finally, I'm taking the shade 04 Stage, which is this beautiful matte white, and pressing it right in the center of my lid with my finger. That bright center creates a really pretty contrast against all the taupe shades and makes the eyes look more dimensional. Now eyeliner, this part tested my patience today. First of all, my right eye would not stop watering. If anyone has tip for watery eyes during makeup, please tell me because I was fighting for my life. Then, to make things even better, the liquid eyeliner decided it wanted to leak. So today was just one of those makeup days. I started by tightlining my eyes with a pencil liner. Then I used an angle brush with black eyeshadow to sketch out the wings first. Once both sides looked fairly even, I went over everything with a liquid liner. It definitely took longer than I expected, but I really like how it turned out. I actually recommend doing this if you're trying a new eyeliner shape because eyeshadow is so much easier to adjust than liquid liner. For contour, I wanted something much cooler than what I normally use. I mixed just the tiniest amount of light gray eyeshadow into my contour powder. You have to be really careful with this because a little goes a long way. The gray helps create more of that sculpted, almost shadow-like effect without making the skin look dirty. I am focusing it right underneath my cheekbones to create a lifted face shape and lightly contouring the bridge of my nose with the same mixture. It's subtle, but I think it really ties the whole look together. And finally, the lips. I'm using the Rom&nd Blur Fudge tint in Radwood. I actually debated using a deep purple lip instead, but I kept coming back to this deep red. I think the red adds just enough warmth to keep the makeup wearable while still fitting the soft goth aesthetic. Purple would have pushed the look into something much more dramatic, but this feels romantic and vintage instead. And that's the complete look. I honestly don't know if this suits me since it's completely different from the makeup I normally wear, but I had so much fun experimenting with something new. Let me know what you think in the comments. Would you wear this look? And if there's another makeup style you'd like me to try next, I'd love to hear your suggestions. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one.